New video on my personal channel. I've been going through a rough patch recently. For the first time in years, my operation is losing money. It can be so easy to tie your self-worth to your financial stability, and that's not healthy. What do we do when we feel like we've failed?
I've been having a bit of a challenging time recently. I know a lot of you probably have no idea about my other channels and the big changes I've made over the last few months, and I won't bore you with the details. But long story short, my whole operation is in the red. We're bleeding money. For non-business people like myself...
This is the guy that, I think that he was on the thing with the settler babies. He's part of that podcast called The Deprogram.
Operation is in the red. We're bleeding money. For non-business people like myself, that means more money is leaving the business than is coming in, and that's not great. Speaking of money, before I get to the rest of the video, let me quickly thank this week's sponsor, Audio.
This has to be intentional. It's got to be a meme. This has to be a meme, right?
Our goal should be to build the best life we can for ourselves and our loved ones while realizing
he has expensive taste. All of his is super expensive stuff. Nothing isn't high end. I can't really comment. That might be true, but I don't know anything about what anything costs here. I don't know like the clothes or the table or anything. I buy them from IKEA or Walmart, so I have no idea. I do think it's funny though. I just point out if the shoes are the expensive Red Wing shoes, I just think it's funny that a lot of these socialist guys seem to have a huge taste for like the very consumerist, like merchandising aspects of capitalism, Hassan included, right? Where they're not just like socialists, not just wealthy socialists, but they're like people that fully love all the highly materialistic, like basically the worst and most toxic aspects of capitalism. I think that's really fun. Like, do you think that
the long view
room,
failures are just little speed?
Do you think this is like an office? This is just an office that he's got rented? Or do you think this is his house? It must be his house if he's got, or it must be an office if he's renting an office, right?
Failures are just,
or does he shoot in his office and a house? I mean, the carpet looks like it could be office. That's just an office. Okay, this is a nice office for just shooting video. I feel like if I was renting an office space, I would just need like one room. No, but also I don't know what is even available to rent. I looked at it a little bit, but the drop ceiling, the exit sign. Baseboard is commercial office, 1,000%. Okay, damn.
Speed bumps over the course of a lifetime.
Is office space still cheap right now? Well, why do you need office space for even? Like, we're just shooting video, no? Why the f do we need office space?
Once upon a time, there was a spoiled kid from the suburbs who was just clever enough not to have to try very hard in school.
Ah, crazy. Another rich kid that came from rich parents, rich family, rich zip code. Huh, that ended up being a champagne socialist. Crazy how that works, huh?
Spoiled kid from the suburbs who was just clever enough not to have to try very hard in school. He got a scholarship to a little private university and shipped off to another state.
I went to an out-of-state private school. Okay, gotcha.
He quickly realized that
to be fair, I don't think in-state private school you still have to pay tuition. Doesn't matter.
There was no one to force him to do his homework or even show up to class. That semester, he earned a 1.67 GPA. He lost his scholarship and he was at risk of getting kicked out. How's that for a failure? Kid starts out with a great trajectory and finds himself on the precipice of completely wrecking it. One more bad grade would have sealed the deal. So what does he do? He doesn't wallow, he has some hard conversations, fixes his perspective, and ends up graduating on time with good grades 3 years later. At the time, that crushing fear of screwing up so badly that I was about to get kicked out of school felt like the end of
the photo album. The photo album.
3 years later. At the time, that crushing fear of screwing up so badly that I was about to get kicked out of school felt like the end of the world. But today, 12 years and many failures later, it just looks like a blip on the timeline.
Hello friends, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're looking for a way to support my work and improve your own videos while you're at it, check out my channel sponsor, Audio. You can get your first year of Audio Pro 70% off when you use my link in the code Chapman70 at checkout. It's a fantastic tool, and your subscription directly helps support my work. Also, it's funny that if you looked at the stuff in his past video, the one we clicked here, the real reason the US wants to ban TikTok. Spoiler alert, it's probably just because we don't like China, and we're actually super biased against China and freedom, and we're just evil, by the way. That's probably what this whole video is about. Hey gang, the channel is in a bit of a tough spot right now. If you're in a position to help keep this operation afloat, please consider becoming a patron on Patreon. Every little bit helps. So he's basically like putting out a sad video of how he is failing. He's saying that he can't make any money. But when you look at like how is it failing if he gets tons of views now? The thing is that this guy makes so much money on Patreon. Let me see which of these are public. So to be fair for this Patreon, I don't think we can evaluate anything here because I think you get a free thing here. So it's got almost 10,000 members, but you can join for free. So I think the free members might be counted in the 9,719 members here. I think that'd be my guess. But also, why don't we post how much money we make on Patreon anymore, guys? Why did that change? if we're socialists and we want to have full transparency and we want to have conversations about how co-ops and all that are so good. Isn't that kind of weird? I also think it's kind of weird that he does this show with 2 other people called The Deprogram. Now, this show that he does, this is the second Patreon, so this is completely independent from the first one, make almost $20,000. They make almost $20,000 a month between 3 people? This is independent of any AdSense or any of the other 3 Patreons he's running as well, right? He has 7,253 paid members. Wait, are you able to check that? How do you know that? Click About. And it shows paid. Oh, holy shit, it does. You're right. My bad. The About here does. Okay, so he's got 7,253 paid members on this Patreon. If we say they all subscribed at the lowest level, that's another, what is that, 14,000, about basically 15,000, $14,500 a month. So we're up to, if he gets a third of this, just a third, even though he said he does all this other work on it, just a third of this, that's 20,000 a month. Just between these 2 Patreons. That doesn't include what he's making on sponsors. It doesn't include anything on AdSense if he gets paid there. And that's it with the minimum, that's with the minimum subscription level on this. If we assume all of them are the minimum subscription levels, like, apparently some people were grilling him in the comment section. How are you losing money if you do all these jobs and have nearly 10,000 patrons? It's a business like any other. Bills, business taxes, office space for the team, employees who are paid well and receive good benefits. It all adds up. Add to this the extreme unreliability of AdSense revenue and viewership, and you've got a very tenuous position. Here is a public challenge. I bet this guy does not have a single other full-time employee besides the 3 that work on that show. If he does, I'll donate $500 to whatever bull he wants me to. I bet this guy does not. And when I say full-time employee, I don't mean somebody you're paying $1,000 a month. I mean one full-time employee. W-2 would be nice, but I won't even say W-2. There is no shot. And it's not his wife. That can't be it either. It can't be your wife. That doesn't count. No shot. Oh, who also received good benefits? No way, bro. It's a business like any other. Bills. What bills does your business have? The office, I guess? And then what? A subscription to Adobe? Business taxes. That's just your ordinary taxes. We all pay taxes. That shouldn't matter though. That's not going to make you operate in the red, because if you're losing money in your business, if you're not profitable, you're not going to be paying taxes. Office space for the team. What do you have? What team is working for this guy? When he said he runs his channel, Second Thought, First Thought to Deprogram. He writes all of his own scripts. He does all of the on-camera stuff for 3 channels. He coordinates with sponsors. He edits every episode of Deprogram. He does live Q&As on Discord. He runs 4 Patreon accounts, and he does video consulting services. What team do you need? You do everything. This is all, you do it all. What are your employees? He doesn't have a single employee. I bet he doesn't even have one. He might pay a few people for thumbnails or whatever, but that's it. I don't think he has a single employee. Oh, no. He probably pays the people that do the graphics and video on his channel now. That'd be my guess. They're not full-time, though. And there's no way they're receiving good benefits. And that's true. He lives in Texas, so he doesn't even pay state taxes. Let me see if I can find this comment. Sorry, man. I do really appreciate all the work you do, and don't take this as some kind of accusation, but could you provide some transparency on where the hardship is coming from? You have over 7,000 backers, even assuming everyone's in the lowest tier, all billed annually instead of monthly for an 8% discount, and minus the Patreon cut of 12%, that would work out to $11,000, take away maybe $4K max per month for editing, unless you're still doing that yourself. That still leaves $7,000 a month before tax. Am I underestimating the editing costs, or what channel expense am I missing? That's not even including the money that he makes on the Deprogram. How is such a huge channel, a valuable channel, not able to remain funded, but Mr. Beast is a millionaire? What is this world? I really worry about this channel with what you mentioned in the intro. Oh wait, does he cry in the intro of this too? Hold on.
Hey everyone. Before we start the video, I need to make a humble request. I don't have any sponsors left because I'm not willing to compromise my principles on the Palestine issue. AdSense revenue has also fallen off a cliff. This operation is officially losing money.
What does that mean? So He's not on Nebula anymore because he didn't want to make a statement condemning Hamas. Okay, so he left Nebula, which was supposed to be cooperatively owned, by the way, funny enough. So he leaves Nebula. I don't know how much money he was getting from there. I don't know how many sponsors he ever had, but he still apparently has the audio one at least. And then he's saying that AdSense revenue has fallen off a cliff. He didn't say he got demonetized. Is he just not making as much as he was before? And now he's saying the business is in the red. With what? What are your expenses? Like, I'm not saying that... No, I am saying this. I feel like if you're going to beg for money like this, I feel like we need a lot of transparency. If this was like a channel with like 50,000 subs or something, then sure, I could understand it. But like, I feel like we need way more transparency here to beg like this for a guy that it looks like he's living his best millionaire life.
Revenue has also fallen off a cliff. This operation is officially losing money, and that's not sustainable. For the past 4 years, all my creative work has been confined to a 10 by 10 converted bedroom. For most of that time, it was perfect. I could work from home, everything I needed was like 10 seconds down the hall, I could have lunch with my wife, it was great. But as the main channel grew and we started trying to do more creative things with it, we ran into some problems pretty quickly. Tripping over light stands and tripods, trying to squeeze multiple sets into one tiny room, it just wasn't cutting it anymore. So I started looking for office space, and all these fancy YouTube channels make it look so easy to find the perfect studio. It was not easy. Everything was either crazy expensive, or a tin shed with no roof, or oh, actually you can't do video work here. It's about 900 square feet, so there's plenty of room for multiple sets.
Is that a fake city skyline in his background? That's my guess, is it's fake, right?
Right now we've got 3 or 4 operational, with a few others planned for later. Actually, let me show you.
Damn. Okay, how can you do like this and then be like, guys, I'm broke 3 months later? How could you do like a pimp my studio? Oh, wait. This is real. Wait, is it real? This is real.
Show you.
No, wait. Am I getting mind right now? It's 3 screens. Oh. Why not just get like a carpet on the wall or whatever? Or what do they do for like the late shows? Okay, damn, Jesus. Wait, how much does this cost? Oh, it's probably just, it's just gonna be 3 monocles, It's 3 monitors turned vertical. I wonder if they're like special monitors you buy for this, or it's just ordinary, whatever bull.
All right, this is the office. Here we have the fake TV set. This is where I was just sitting. If you come over and look at these TVs, actually.
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right, bye.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.